Mary and John had just gotten married and were ecstatic to move into their dream home. The house was a beautiful Victorian mansion with a stunning garden and a picturesque view of the countryside. They were filled with hope and excitement for their new life together. However, their dreams quickly turned into nightmares as strange occurrences began happening in the house. It started with small things, like objects moving on their own and strange whispers in the night. Mary tried to brush it off as her imagination, but deep down, she knew something was wrong. One night, as Mary was getting ready for bed, she caught a glimpse of a figure standing in the mirror behind her. She turned around, but there was no one there. She chalked it up to exhaustion and went to bed, but she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. As the days went by, Mary's behavior started to change. She became aggressive and distant, lashing out at John for no reason. He tried to talk to her, but she would just stare blankly at him, her eyes cold and empty. One night, John woke up to find Mary standing at the foot of the bed, her eyes bloodshot and filled with rage. She was muttering something under her breath, but he couldn't make out the words. He called out to her, but she didn't respond. Suddenly, she lunged at him, her fingernails digging into his flesh. John managed to push her off, and she ran out of the room, her laughter echoing through the halls. Terrified, John followed her, only to find her standing in the garden, her white wedding dress covered in blood. She turned to him, her eyes dark and twisted, and whispered, "Till death do us part." John realized then that Mary was not herself. She was possessed by a vengeful spirit, the Bloody Bride. Legend had it that the bride had been betrayed by her husband on their wedding day, and now she sought revenge on all those who dared to love. John knew he had to find a way to save Mary before it was too late. He enlisted the help of a local priest who performed an exorcism on Mary. The house shook, windows shattered, and Mary's screams pierced the night. But in the end, the spirit was banished and Mary was finally free. The couple moved out of the house, leaving behind the nightmares and the memories of the Bloody Bride. They knew they would never forget the horror they had faced, but they also knew that their love had survived the test of the supernatural. And as they drove away, hand in hand, Mary whispered, "Till death do us part."